The signing and unveiling of the agreement took place at the Tertiary Education Trust Fund TET Fund Conference Hall in Maitama, Abuja. The ceremony was attended by several dignitaries, including the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Alausa, and the Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Ahmad. Speaking at the unveiling of the agreement, ASO President Professor Chris Piwuna said that despite the union's history with the federal government, it remains optimistic that things will be different this time. He expressed hope that the union would not need to issue a strike threat before the federal government implements the agreement reached by both parties. Also speaking at the event, the Minister of Education, Tuji Alausa, described the new agreement with ASO as a decisive turning point in the history of Nigeria's tertiary education system. He credited the agreement to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's deliberate commitment to quality education and an uninterrupted academic calendar for students in tertiary institutions across the country. Here in Ogun State, the State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, has commended the generosity of His Royal Highness Obasaka Matemilola, the Olowu of Owu Kingdom, for adopting Daniel Akintonde Model School for Children with Special Needs at Digbe, Abeokuta. Professor Arigbabu, who gave this commendation during the commissioning of a rehabilitated dining hall of the school by Olowu Initiatives, expressed satisfaction over transformation brought to the hall and for the highly sophisticated cooking tools donated to make the life of the children peaceful and enjoyable. The commissioner recalled about the new befitting toilet facilities constructed by Oba Olowu sometimes last year, as well as nothing less than 150 bunks with 150 high-quality mattresses donated to boys and girls school hostels to make life bearable for them. Arigbabu applauded Oba Matemilola for keying into the agenda of Prince Dapo Abiodun administration on education, particularly in the areas of infrastructure and learners and teachers' welfare.
Seem to be keying fully into the agenda of this administration, particularly in the area of infrastructure. You know all the pillars that we have, the pillar of infrastructure. So our intention is to totally remodel all the special needs schools in Ogun State. So with this intervention, that means it's even making the job in Abeokuta easier for us, which means what we have to do in Abeokuta, the Adigbe school, is going to be less than what we anticipated, because we have actually put all these things in the memo for the governor to approve for us. So,
the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Tomi Koka, acknowledged that the KBAC has passionately invested a lot in the school to give the children better life conditions.
Are very vulnerable to health conditions and infections particularly. So IPC, which is Infection Prevention and Control Team, will be visiting the school to do public awareness and education and ensuring that we have international standard IPC.
During the media engagement, the donor Obasaka Matemilola said, as a community leader, his primary responsibility is to ensure the well-being of his people, irrespective of their abilities or limitations. Hence, the various interventions embarked upon to cater for children living with disabilities.
The first time we came here and I saw the situation, I said, yes, we have to make sure we intervene. And that's why we decided to adopt Daniel Akintonde Special School, and to ensure we provide all the infrastructure, all the facility, to ensure they also have an opportunity to decent living, to have dignity of life, and to be able to be on their own as best as they can, given their limitations.
Appreciative note, the head teacher of the school, Mrs. Florence, expressed gratitude towards the reformations going on around the school, majorly by the government and the Olowu of Owu. And away from Ogun State, the Anambra State government, through the Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chuma Ude has warned churches located near schools against distracting and disturbing academic activities with excessive noise. Chuma Ude gave this warning while expressing displeasure over a reported case of noise pollution said to be disrupting academic activities in a private school in Onitsha, the commercial city of the state. While responding to a petition submitted to her office by the proprietress of the school, Lady Ngozi Ude, against Divine Dominion Prophetic Ministry, Onitsha, located directly opposite of the school premises. According to the petition, the church, which constructed its auditorium in 2024, has recently intensified its activities, generating excessive noise. But the commissioner, while addressing the parties in her office, noted that the state governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, would not condone any act that infringes on the constitutional right of students to learn in a peaceful and conducive environment. To ensure a fully equipped graduate with quality assurance that will lead to national certification, the National Board for Technical Education has visited the Nigeria College of Health Science and Technology in Shagamu for the on-spot assessment and verification of claims towards the institution's accreditation of courses. Led by the Director of New Institution Registration, Engineer Sulaiman Yusuf, the Chairman, Governing Council of the Nigeria College of Health Science and Technology, Dr. Adebanjo Adedayo, conducted the team round various facilities. Our reporter, Elizabeth Esson, was at the institution campus in Shagamu and now reports.
The National Board for Technical Education is saddled with the responsibility of coordinating technical and vocational education and training activities in Nigeria, regulating based on certification. Around 2024-2025, the Nigeria's Federal Ministry of Education through the National University Commission, NUC, placed a temporary ban on establishing new federal tertiary institutions for 7 years, also banning independent accreditation by professional bodies. To correct some anomalies in the education sector, recently the embargo was lifted on 67 institutions due to urgent need to bridge the gap in shortage of manpower for specific category of workers. This therefore informed the verification exercise by the NBTE team to the Nigeria College of Health Science and Technology, Shotubo Shagamu, after submission of the step study questionnaire by the provost, which had been evaluated. Leading the NBTE team is the Director, New Institution Registration, Engineer Suleiman Yusuf, who says the exercise is purposely to promote transparency as visitation adds value to assessments.
After that, we go for the personnel that will deliver the training. You must have the requisite academic qualification, work experience, and professional recognition. After that, the team will assess also the laboratories, workshops, studios, and so on and so forth that are there to facilitate training in that particular area. And then we'll look at some of the other things like the condition of service that governs your jobs as lecturers, adjunct lecturers, support staff, technical staff, and all other conditions that will support you to deliver their best.
The Chairman, Governing Council of the Nigeria College of Health Science and Technology, Dr. Adebanjo Adedayo, confirmed that the institution stands to enjoy all privileges and partnerships extended by the sister institution after accreditation.
To begin the Community Institute program by the SACHI, we are also the only College of Health Technology that Southwestern accredited by the Medical Rehabilitation Board of Nigeria in the entire nation, and among the very few, probably out of 1 to 3, accredited by the Radiographer Rehabilitation Board of Nigeria. These are core medical courses run in teaching hospital under College of Medicine law. The Southwestern itself have accreditation partnership with teaching hospital and national hospitals, federal medical center, national health facility that run to 27 now, including 7 teaching hospitals, including the prestigious University College Hospital, College of Medicine Usage, and others. And this we have done with this school that you give us the privilege. We assure you under God that we'll do the same with the school that we are going to start, Free Nigeria Science and Technology.
Dr. Samuel Odetola will serve as pioneer provost of Nigeria College of Earth Science and Technology when accredited.
We believe that we are going to give a high quality education and training to as many students that pass through this school based on the facilities and the seasoned lecturer we have at hand.
With the accreditation of Nigeria College of Earth Science and Technology, it will further support the determination to produce global health icons that will serve as optimum catalysts to health innovation change in Nigeria and globally. Elizabeth Esson, Ogtv News.
As part of activities marking the 50th anniversary of the creation of Ogun State, the Ogun State government calls on citizens, institutions and communities to contribute historical materials that reflect the state's journey over the past 5 decades. The call is aimed at preserving the collective history of the Gateway State as it is prepares to celebrate its Golden Jubilee. According to the state government, members of the public are encouraged to submit old photographs, video clips, newspaper cuttings, memo, artifacts, and personal records that document life in Ogun State from its creation to the present day. The materials may include images and records of towns and markets, schools and industries, cultural festivals, traditional institutions, notable personalities, key milestones, as well as everyday life across the state. Current photographs and video clips showcasing Ogun State today are also welcomed. The government assured contributors that all materials will be carefully documented, duly credited, and may be featured in exhibitions, publications, documentaries, and digital archives to commemorate Ogun State at 50. It also assured that original materials will be handled with care and returned promptly. Hard copies of the materials should be submitted through the Ministry of Information, while electronic copies can be sent to informationstrategy@gmail.com. The Ogun State government urged residents to participate actively in preserving the past, celebrating the present, and inspiring the future of the state. Indiscriminate parking and persistent obstruction along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway have continued to pose serious safety and traffic challenges, particularly around the Ogiri axis. They address the growing concern. Key traditional rulers, security agencies, and transport stakeholders converge for a crucial stakeholders meeting aimed at finding lasting solutions and enforcing compliance.
Traffic congestion and recurring gridlock along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, caused largely by unlawful parking of trucks and commercial vehicles, formed the focus of this stakeholders meeting. The meeting held at the Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps, Trace Ogiri Divisional Command, brought together top government officials, royal fathers, community leaders, security agencies, and transport stakeholders to chart a way forward. In his opening remarks, the governor of Ogun State, represented by the Special Advisor on Security, Mr. Shola Subar, expressed deep concern over the persistent blockage of the expressway. He warns that the state government will no longer tolerate illegal parking, stressing that street sanctions will be enforced against violators after sustained engagement and sensitization.
Government will not tolerate this. There is no responsible government that will tolerate trailers, trucks parking on the highway. We have proposed setting up a task force. That task force is going to include all the stakeholders that are here present.
Goodwill messages from security and safety agencies at the meeting highlights the dangers posed by road obstruction, including loss of lives and property, as they reaffirm their commitment to strict enforcement of traffic laws.
Indiscriminate parking on the road, it's becoming a nightmare. Every time we're trying to assist road users, they block road. Most especially along this axis, there's going to be a task force that will handle the indiscriminate parking.
The government of the state is very, very serious about it. You cannot be holding down the economy of a state through reckless and dangerous parking. And when the law enforcement wants to come to enforce, then of course you are blocking the road. Nobody's going to take that one.
The Seriki Hausa of Iperu and the Seriki Hausa of Ukiri also lent their voices, urging drivers, transport unions and residents to respect traffic regulations and cooperate fully with enforcement agencies.
Provide a joint task force because this committee was made in various tribes, even nationalists.
It's good, I'm very happy because that thing it will not go happen again. Because now it didn't take action. The one way I need myself, I need them.
Other stakeholders assure participants of improved collaboration to ensure the free flow of traffic and enhance security along the busy expressway. The meeting featured an interactive question and answer session during which community members and transport operators raised concern and offered suggestions on designated parking areas, enforcing strategies and public sensitization. Resolution reached emphasized sustained stakeholders' collaboration, continuous sensitizations of drivers, and firm enforcement measures to curb indiscriminate parking and restore sanity on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
And still ahead, Niger State government issues 2 months ultimatum for resettlement around Kanji Lake over security threat. Join us for details of this and more after this break.
World Bank, in partnership with the state government, established this project called the Ogun State Economic Transformation Project so as to further fast-track and accelerate the development objectives towards realization of the economic advancement of the state.
It's a project that cuts across the agricultural sector, the education ecosystem, the creating a better business enabling environment, and also revamping some of the core public sector management areas.
The impact of Ogtv is visible across Ogun State. Farmers are earning more, students are learning better, businesses are growing, and citizens are enjoying improved services. The project has also created thousands of jobs, reduced poverty, and improved livelihoods. Ogtv is improving the livelihood of all Ogun.
The World Bank.
Glad to have you on the second segment of the news. The federal government has reiterated its commitment to ensuring that farmers are actively involved in the policy decisions as part of a renewed effort to boost agricultural productivity and strengthen national food security. The Data Manager, Research and Impact Assessment at the Presidential Food Systems Coordinating Unit, Office of the Vice President, Moniola Akindele, stated these are the Nigeria's sustainable agricultural value chains for growth held in Kano. It said the current administration under President Bola Tinubu is prioritizing farmer-driven, market-oriented and results-based agricultural interventions, stressing that policies must respond to realities on the ground rather than follow a top-down approach. Akindele explained that the past agricultural programs were hindered by fragmented public spending, blanket input subsidies, government-driven implementation models, opaque land administration systems, and multiple informal trade levies. The Niger State government has issued a 2-month ultimatum to residents of Halmet around Kanji Lake to vacate the area for resettlement as part of renewed efforts to flush out criminals operating within the axis. Governor Umaru Bago disclosed this during a condolence visit to the Emir of Bogo, Alhaji Muhammad Haniduto Oritopo IV, at his palace in New Busa, following a recent terrorist attack in the emirate. He explained that the planned resettlement to be coordinated by the Emirate Council has become necessary to prevent collateral damage. Bago added that the move became necessary as the state government, in collaboration with the federal government, is intensifying efforts to clear forest and dislodge criminal elements using the Kanji Lake area as hideout. He noted with concern of the influx of unprofiled individuals into the emirate, describing it as a major security threat, while also lamenting the activities of the informant who, according to him, have continued to undermine security operations in the area. Bago charged the Emirate Council to rise to its responsibility by working closely with security agencies and government at all levels to tackle all forms of insecurity within the Emirate. The Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Adedotun Aremu Gbadebo, has commissioned a newly constructed police administrative block in Alabata community or Deda local government area of Ogun State as part of activities marking the 2026 Alabata Day celebration. The monarch described the project as timely and critical to the safety of lives and property, while commending the Olu of Alabata, Chief Wahid Sanusi, for facilitating the initiative to address the security needs of the community. Olaide Oloye report.
The annual Alabata Day celebration and project commissioning once again provide a platform for indigents at home and in diaspora to reunite as the Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Adedotun Aremu Gbadebo, leads the Egba Council of Chiefs to Alabata community to witness the celebration and access the pace of development, paying homage to the Alake of Egbaland. The people of Alabata turn out in large numbers, showcasing their rich cultural heritage, while mobilizing support for ongoing and future developmental projects within the community. The highlight of the celebration was the commissioning of the newly constructed police administrative block, a key security infrastructure facilitated by the Olu of Alabata, Chief Wahid Sanusi, to strengthen safety and security in the area. Speaking at the commissioning, the Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Adedotun Aremu Gbadebo, describes security as the foundation of meaningful development, noting that the facility will enhance effective policy and contribute to the growth of Alabata community.
They need a few infrastructure to be put in place. We are just commissioning one of them. You cannot have an urban in a place, a village to be upgraded to a city without a police post. We have opened one. We have maternity center. We have hospital. We have secondary school, primary school. The only thing remaining is still the road. But this has already fulfilled all the major conditions. So I'm happy with him.
In his remarks, the Olu of Alabata, Chief Wahid Sanusi, appreciates the Alake of Egbaland for honoring the community with the commissioning of the project and assures of continued collaboration with the government and other stakeholders to attract more development to Alabata.
All that they have required, we have fulfilled everything. There is police post, a police station, primary school, we have secondary school, we have a center, we have fulfilled everything. So for today, I'm so glad. About the road, a single person cannot do that, and we are working on it.
The celebration features traditional dance, cultural displays, prayer for peace and goodwill messaging from dignitaries, reinforcing the community's commitment to unity, peace, and sustainable development.
As we look forward to the approval of the traditional urban for Alabata town, we do so with confidence, knowing that under your leadership, our community will continue to thrive.
We are appealing to our cabinet, Alake of Egbaland, to kindly help us to represent our king to the governor.
Politician we are commissioning, it will enhance the security of Alabata, and it will give people the confidence and hope and peace of mind.
The commissioning and celebration ended with renewed hope for improved security and socio-economic growth in Alabata community. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
An atmosphere of gratitude to Allah filled the air as family members, friends, Islamic scholars, and well-wishers gathered to celebrate the 59th birthday of Abdul Majid Omotayo, fondly called Omowo. The ceremony, held in Ijebu-Ode, attracted notable Nigerians from within the country and in the diaspora, all coming together to honor a life of service, humility, and devotion. Tony Ogundepe's report is presented in this package.
The ceremony took place in a serene and well-organized environment and opened with a soulful recitation from the Holy Quran, setting a deeply spiritual tone for the occasion. This was followed by an Islamic lecture delivered by Dr. Sadiq Uyesonya, who emphasized the importance of selfless service, compassion, and giving back to society as core teachings of Islam. The celebration also featured prize presentation to winners of Quran recitation and essay writing competitions organized in honor of the celebrants, aimed at promoting Islamic education and intellectual development among the younger generation. Several dignitaries at the event described Abdulmojid Omotayo as a man of humility, generosity, and strong commitment to community development.
The leadership traits is wonderful, but the bigger one where it has the energy to come over to Ijebu-Ode and make his impact. That's phenomenal.
That God has given him to touch lives and ensure that the life that he touches also touch more lives. May that grace continue with him in the name of Jesus.
The remarkable event that we have today, and we pray that the Almighty Allah will spare his life, will continue to help him so that he can be useful to the community.
Family members are not left out as they expressed gratitude to Allah for the life of the celebrant and offer prayers for many more fruitful years.
You can see everywhere is crowded with people to show you how good and an exceptional person he is. We thank the Almighty Allah for making us see this day.
Beautiful human being, in and out. So I wish him a beautiful year ahead. I wish him peace. I wish him happiness. I wish our children long life and prosperity.
In his response, Abdulmojid Omotayo thanked Almighty Allah for the gift of life and appreciated everyone who came to celebrate with him, while reaffirming his commitment to continued service to humanity.
Show of love today, and it's clear everybody here feels at home, and that's important. Together we can do great things. So I'm very grateful to everyone that's made time. Today's a working day, and we have a full house since morning. That's just an incredible show of love.
The 59th birthday ceremony came to a close with special prayers for peace, good health, and prosperity, followed by the cutting of the birthday cake.
At 50, many chose the celebration in style, but for the chairman of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Ogun State Council, Wale Olanrewaju, the milestone became an opportunity to give back to humanity. To mark the Golden Jubilee, the NUJ chairman organized a humanitarian outreach, providing relief materials to the 50 elderly persons as a practical expression of gratitude, compassion, and service to society. Nkem Ago reports.
Comrade Akinwale Olanrewaju, affectionately known as Wale Centrism, is the chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists Ogun State Council. First elected in late 2022 and re-elected for his second term, is widely acknowledged for promoting unity, improving welfare, and strengthening media development within the council. Born on Monday, January 13, 1976, the NUJ chairman marks his 50th birthday by reaching out to the aged, distributing relief items to 50 elderly persons at the Wero Impress Center, Abeokuta. As part of the celebration, Comrade Olanrewaju, accompanied by friends, colleagues, and well-wishers, present food items and essential materials to beneficiaries drawn from different parts of Abeokuta and its environs. Speaking at the event, Mr. Olanrewaju described the outreach as an expression of gratitude to God for 5 decades of life and a deliberate effort to remember the elderly and less privileged in the society.
It is a wisdom that came to honor my day and honor the memories of my parents, because if they were here, I would be taking care of them. But now that they are gone, I think there's need for me to redirect that to elderly people around. And like I said, this is becoming a culture by the grace of God. It shall be something that we'll be doing year in, year out.
Some of the beneficiaries, in a separate remark, appreciates the NUJ chairman for the kind gesture, offering prayers for good health, long life, and greater achievements. The event attracts journalists, NUJ executives, colleagues, friends, and well-wishers who commend the celebrant for using his milestone birthday to impact lives positively.
We decided to give to the needy. This is worthwhile.
and encouraging.
He has done well for the council. He has done well for people around him. All I can wish him is a happy birthday, and I wish him many more years to celebrate on Earth.
He has done the first half of his life. If we want to say he's praying to be 100 or beyond, and he's celebrating it and doing it in a special way. This is putting smiles on the faces of those he feels and thinks are in need.
My husband is a very loving and caring soul. He's everything. He's a joy giver. He's everything to me. And I wish him long life and prosperity. I wish him many more beautiful years on earth in Jesus' name.
The outreach program ended with prayers for the celebrants and group photograph with the beneficiaries.
Happy birthday to the #1 journalist in Ogun State. Burial plans for the matriarch of the Onabanjo dynasty, Lucia Onabanjo, wife of the first civilian governor of Ogun State, late Chief B.C. Onabanjo, will be released on Friday, January 16, 2026. This was made known by one of the children of the deceased, Mrs. Bukola Onabanjo, as sympathizers trooped to the family's country home in Ijebu-Ode to pay their condolences and commiserate with the family. Bomi Adegun was there, and he completes the story.
The Idemo area of Ijebu-Ode is the country home of the Onabanjos. The community is mourning the passage of the matriarch of the Onabanjos, who died on Monday, the 11th of January, 2026. It is the end of an era as Chief Mrs. Lucia Onabanjo, matriarch of the Onabanjo dynasty, passed on 35 years after the passing of her husband, the first civilian governor of Ogun State, late Chief B.C. Onabanjo.
Has lived a great life. He has made a mark. Mama is a leader, not only in Ijebu-Ode, in Ogun State and Nigeria as a whole. So she has done her own part, and our legacy will be remembered for all of us.
While Mama, thank God for well-spent life, Mama lived an exemplary life. Mama lived to the age of fulfilling, in which anybody cannot doubt his lifetime. Because someone that lived up to 100 years, more than 100 years, he has lived a fulfilled life.
Described by sympathizers as an Amazon, family members, friends and well-wishers throng the family's country home in Ijebu-Ode to pay their last respects. Among those present is Prince Iyola Omisha.